Hello, so glad you could join us. My name is Graham Ross. I'm one of the 3 regional ministers in the Eastern Baptist Association. Recently we had a meeting with some of our ministers and someone asked the question, is the church like a piece of elastic? And so what we're going to do is I have a piece of elastic just here, handily placed, and we're going to test it. They were saying the church is like a piece of elastic because it always pings back. However much it's stretched, and certainly in these times when we're not being able to meet, we have been stretched, our thinking's been stretched, and whatever we do, however much we go, however much we do things, will the church always ping back in the end? We're hearing we might be able to meet in July as churches. I think we're probably deluded if we think we can have services in July, but perhaps we can meet as small groups or meet in some sort of way. Are we desperate to get back to what we've also always known? Are we desperate to get back to the way that things have been? Or are we looking to say perhaps things could be different? Because as I stretch this out here, there's just so much energy here. And as you watch it pick back, that's just amazing the difference that can make. As we discussed it in this Zoom meeting with ministers, someone then said, well, of course, the church it won't ping back if we let go. And so having disconnected it from the anchor points, I can now go like this and stretch, need longer arms, and we can watch it fly across the room out of shot. So here he is, got my bit of elastic back. I was reading something about a church recently. It's not a local church, it's not an EBA church, but in this document this church had produced, they were saying Messy Church is our main activity other than a Sunday service. As I read that, I was really surprised because earlier in the document it had said that they got roughly twice as many people to Messy Church as they do to Sundays. So which is their main activity? Or to put it differently, if I was running a restaurant and on a Sunday I serve 20 meals and on a Friday I serve 40 meals, which would be my main activity? That's a much more straightforward question, isn't it? As churches, we can get really obsessed with what is our main activity, what are we here for? And actually the question we should be asking is not what, but why. The church is here to make disciples. Jesus has called us to make disciples of every nation, of the whole world, every people group. We get so consumed in the what, we get so consumed in our programs, in our activities, that I wonder if sometimes we've lost sight of the why. How are our church programs helping us to make disciples? Because if they're not, why are we so busy doing them anyway? Are there more productive and more effective ways? Like a piece of elastic, our thinking has been stretched. I was really challenged and encouraged at the same time by Ken Benjamin and his presidential year. And one of the things that Ken says is the times that we live in call for churches to think beyond our existing patterns and programs in imaginative and creative ways. And a few weeks before he's due to finish, what happens? We get stretched and we end up being forced to do things in imaginative and creative ways. Thank God for Ken, who has been provoking us along with others to think in different ways, which has made these times a bit easier. Kenny's asking us the why. Why? Where do we grow from here? What are we trying to achieve? Where are we going? How are we going to make disciples? Because it's really pretty obvious to all of us that most of us in most of our churches are not seeing significant growth in making new disciples. So really we've got to think about where do we grow from here. As we think about this piece of elastic and it's being stretched, the question for us as we do return to normal at some stage is will we ping back or will we ping forwards? Thank you.